Hi, so very excited to do a little series on the function report in the event you are working on yours or have filed for Social Security Disability or SSI, and you know that you're going to be required to submit a function report. Okay, so this is just a general intro to what the other pieces of video will be. They're going to be more number by number, so it's really clear. They may not go in order, but you can always look at them in order because they're going to be identified in the titles. Overview of the whole function report. This is your opportunity to explain, but while being responsive to the questions asked, not ignoring them and just going off the cuff with what you feel like talking about, but answering them accurately and in a way that reflects what the problems are. You have to look at each, like it's largely about activities of daily living. It's important that you look at, like if they say, can you do something? And you do it, sure. But don't just say yes. Say yes, only if I get 6 hours instead of the normal 20 minutes, or only if I have assistance because I can't do the lifting of the basket of laundry, but I can fold it. Or I can't fold it more than 5 minutes because of the neuropathy in my arms or my carpal tunnel or my torn rotator cuffs or cuff. You want to explain everything, and you're gonna have to think in detail that is different than from how you did it when you were 100% not impaired. Because we all start, in essence, as an unimpaired person. This is the way I look at it, in the eyes of the SSA. And again, that's my verbiage, not theirs. But the burden is on us to prove that we are not, because we have to prove that we have impairments that between all of them, all of the occupations that exist in the economy would be unavailable to us on a full-time basis because we couldn't do them for one reason or another. So when you think of your disability or your impairment as the big horrible one that causes you the most discomfort or pain, or changes your quality of life the most, obviously that's really important. But those little things that you probably don't think of as being the big problem in your life, and they weren't for your job, perhaps it was that other big problem, they are so important. I can't even emphasize. So you have to look at each question really, really carefully to see if something about that could be gotten to. You remember, they're going to be trying to determine if there's other jobs you can do. So this report is not to prove that you can't do your current job. It has to be used for far more than that. It's also going to be in your file for the entirety of your claim. And I see it in future claims. When someone's denied and they come to me, they don't have an old case anymore. It was denied and it was never appealed, or if it was appealed, it lost all the way down. And they come to me wanting to file again, and assuming that they can. And there are reasons sometimes when you can't. So that'll be another video you can look forward to. They need to understand that it's not just going to be what they interpret as what they couldn't do with their old job and why they stopped. The obligation is to prove that you can't do any of the jobs, any of the occupations on a full-time basis. And it's really a high burden. It's particularly high for people under 50, but it's very burdensome for people over 50 too. It's no walk in the park. So do your function report with candor, but accuracy, and with the intention of explaining the part that isn't going to show up in your medical records, like what happens day to day at home. Like I said, if you do it wrong or do it right, it's going to remain in your file into perpetuity. And that means if your case is going to go on to round 2, a new filing, your old function report could easily be part of that case. I've seen it. And usually that person didn't have representation at the time, and it's a train wreck. I would say 99% of the function reports I see from my clients have some very significant errors in terms of how I would have presented something. They either missed things they should have put in that would have clarified what they did put in. Either which way, it's not an accurate representation and it was to their detriment. So doing the function report properly is a really big deal. Okay. Well, we'll get to it, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope it helps you draft yours. If you have an attorney, they're going to have their own way of doing things with you. So obviously comply with what they advise you. This is just my take and how I like to work with my clients. Okay. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I'll see you next time. Bye now.